Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact on Axs Tv, or Smash and Inside FS. I, Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, and Aiden English here, and today on Impact on Axs Tv, or Smash and Inside FS, we are going to have Holy Fellow Nicholas, or Father Yule, here today on Impact on Axs Tv, or Smash and Inside FS. Joey Styles says, well, there he comes now. Jonathan Coachman says, there's Santa Claus, Father Yule, the heavenly gift giver. Jonathan Coachman says. I'll tell you right now, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman, it doesn't really care which Santa Claus you have. They're mostly all the same, Aiden English says. And last time we saw him on this show, last week, Team Jesus beat Team Holy Fellow. So, I don't really know if he I don't know how he's dealt with that. Alright, ho 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 everyone. Happy Yule. I am Father Yule, also known by others as Santa Claus, or known as, which was the Dutch borrowing and shifting off of Holy Fellow Nicholas, which I'm also known as Papa Noel, which is the Spanish borrowed words, which means the same thing as what the English words mean, Father Yule. Anyway, I give out the gifts on Yule. But there is one true gift that I don't give. And that was the gift of God and Jesus. God so loved the world and so forgave the world for its sins and misdeeds, God being holy and righteousness and all loving and all forgiving and all seeing and all knowing, gave us his only Son, Jesus, who was the highest, who was a healer, a freer, and a teacher. Jesus did many things. Healed the sick and the wounded and the handicapped, taught folks how to love and forgive each other, stood up for what he believed was right, and he also gave his life. You see, death was never a setup, that God never wanted any living thing to die, or at least he didn't want man-like and woman-like beings to die. But you see, death was the handicap of sin is death. But you see, God and Jesus loved us so much that God was willing to put Jesus through that handicap, that weakening. And Jesus loved us so much he was willing to go through it, and through all the beatings and all the shaming and guilting and sliding, and through the blood spilt and all the other things that, which looked really bad, and it was. But through all of that, God and Jesus, they took on our sins, they cleaned those sins away, and they gave us a stead in heaven. Through God and through Jesus, in our afterlife, we now have that stead in heaven. Because now we are once again clean, and no longer dirtied anymore by the sins and misdeeds that we did. And I give out gifts to onlook God and Jesus for the gift that God gave, for God giving Jesus to us as a gift. Those is why I do what I do, and yeah, Xylee goes. Yeah, we all know that you think you're so great. But I want my early Yule gift. Well, how do I sell this? So, you want a early Yule gift? Yeah, I do. Well, Xylee, I saw what you did yesterday on Dynamite or Might, what you did to King Valkyrie. I think that would put you on the bad list when it comes to deeds. But not the sinful list. and not the mislead, not the sinful list or the misdeed list. But I am also forgiving for that as well. So what kind of gift do you want? The gift that I want, Father Yule, is a gift that you see I had to go and get the TWF 24/7 winnings because you wouldn't give that to me. So I had to go and do that. Well, I'm sorry that I couldn't give you the TWF 24/7 winnings, in my bag of gifts. Yule is not about the gifts that you get, but it's about the gifts that you give. Jesus gave himself to us as a gift. God gave Jesus to us as a gift. So it's more about the gifts that you give than the gifts that you get. And if I don't get what I want, I'm going to take you out because I know you are a former TWF 24/7 fighter yourself. Oh yeah, and I'm also a former WWE 24/7 fighter too. Yeah, I know. So this is what you're going to do, King Valkyrie says. You're going to bully Santa Claus, Father Yule, Holy Federal Nicholas, whatever names you want to call them. I want my TWF 24/7 winnings back. Xylee, you can kind of see this as the white elephant or the white tuskler gift giving gathering, where everybody has gifts and they either take a gift or they can steal a gift from someone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the TWF 24/7 winnings back because we all know that you don't really need it. No, hold on there, Santa Claus says. Now, I know, King Valkyrie, that you lost the TWF 24/7 winnings yesterday. And since I have no might or sway over the booking or writing, there's not really much I can do. Yeah, I can tell you what I can do. Oh, Xylee just knocked down King Valkyrie. Oh, she was going to go strike Santa Claus, too. Oh! She's going after Santa Claus, and King Valkyrie just knocked her down. Yeah, come on, Joey Styles says. So that's what she's going to do. She's going to strike Santa Claus and that. And it's Santa Claus, you can get out of here. Thank you. So, this is what it comes down to, Astronomer says, King Valkyrie. I did see what happened. Truthfully, I did see it. And sadly, here's what I'm going to do. We're not going to have anyone knocking down anyone. Shit! Sorry about that. So, no. Stand up. So, no, we're not going to have... Stand up! Stand up! Now I can't stand up anymore, Astronomer says. Wonderful! Now I can't stand up anymore. Yeah, that's what you get, Xylee says. Hold on. You are going to owe me a forgiveness for knocking me down. It was a mistake. Guilted on the klutz over there. On the klutz, King Valkyrie, because she's the one that knocked you over. No, I think you knocked me over. So, here's what we're going to do. Here today, you're going to be you're going to be putting your TWF 24/7 winnings on stake, and you're going to do it against King Valkyrie here today on Impact on Axs TV. Did I make myself understood? Fuck. Hi, Buttercup. Good dog. Good girl. Well, it seems... Hi, Buttercup. Good dog. Good girl. Good pup. Well, we gotta get the Fight Lord in the ring now to make this match true happen now. You know, and here he is now. The Fight Lord's in the ring. This is for the TWF. This is for the TWF 24/7 winnings. First, she is King Valkyrie, and she is the TWF 24/7 fighter, Xia Li. Meaning, well, Joey Styles said, oh, and Xia Li just knocked down King Valkyrie with that kick that she does. And now the Fight Lord has to go see if King Valkyrie can go through the match or not, Joey Styles said. Yeah, and she didn't only just strike King Valkyrie, she went after Father Yo earlier today too, Jonathan Coachman says. And she knocked down King Valkyrie to knock down Astronema earlier before this match happened too, Jonathan Coachman says. That was a mishap. That was a mistake. Xia Li did not mean to knock down Astronema or Corone. Yeah, she didn't mean to knock down King Valkyrie, and she didn't mean to strike and knock down Father Yule. But she didn't mean to knock down Astronema. Ding, ding, ding. Aiden English says, it was a mistake. It was a mishap. What happened to Astronema, she meant to knock down King Valkyrie, but not knock down Astronema. That was a mistake. That was a mishap, Aiden English says. Well, it doesn't look like Joey Styles said what Xia Li did to King Valkyrie was a mistake or a mishap. Joey Styles says it looks like she did it by goal. She put some thought into it, and she chose to do it. Jonathan Coachman says the winner of this match by a TKO or a total knockout or a full knockout, and still the TWF 24/7 fighter, Xia Li. And Xia Li is still the TWF 24/7 fighter by knocking out King Valkyrie here today on Rampage, here today on Impact, on Axs TV, or Smash and Inside FS. Joey Styles says. Yeah, Jonathan Coachman said Xia Li still being, is coming to the Toy Wrestling Gathering. And on her first full day of being in the Toy Wrestling Gathering, she became the TWF 24/7 fighter by beating King Valkyrie. Then she won it back, kept it today by beating King Valkyrie again, Jonathan Coachman says. And Joey Styles says she's threatening. She's going around knocking out folks, Joey Styles says. She's seeked to knock down Holy Fellow Nicholas, and I don't think it was a mistake or a mishap when she struck down Astronema, Joey Styles says. It was a mistake, it was a mishap, Aiden English says. She meant to knock down King Valkyrie, but not Astronema. Aiden English says, alright, Joey Styles says, take it away, Jim Ross. Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with Xia Li here today on Impact, on Axs TV, or Smash and Inside FS. Xia Li, you are the first Eastlander-born WWE wrestler, or W Overstar, or TWF wrestler, fighter, Overstar. You're the TWF 24/7 fighter. Did you mean or not? Did you mean to hit Astronema? I told you, Jim Ross, like I told Astronema before the match, it was a mistake. It was a mishap. I meant to hit King Valkyrie, and Astronema happened to be in the way of the kick. It was a mistake. It was a mishap. I didn't mean to hit Astronema. I meant to hit King Valkyrie. Well, did you mean to hit Father Yo and knock him down too? Yeah, I meant to hit and knock down Father Yule. When we stop to think of it, he has nothing to do with Yule anyway. Yule's about the birth of Jesus, Son of God. If yes, that's true, Lee, but I think Jesus would not be happy to see you striking and knocking down folks. Like King Valkyrie, like Father Yule, or Astronomer. I told you, it was a mistake, it was a mishap what happened between me knocking down Astronomer. As far as me going after Father Yule or King Valkyrie, I meant to knock down King Valkyrie. Well, sadly, Lee, you only been in the toy wrestling gathering only around 2 days so far, and you're already a TWF 24/7 fighter. Yeah, and if other folks want to come after me, I don't care if they're men or women. Call them wrestlers, call them fighters, call them overstars, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to knock them down. And then I'll be the TWF 24/7 fighter that everyone will fear. Hell, everyone used to fear the hard middle fighter, but no one fears them anymore, but they'll fear me. Well, that's my talk with Xia Li. Back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Thank you, Jim Ross, for talking with Xia Li here today on Impact on Axs TV or Smash and Inside FS. I, Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, and Aiden English, we hope you like Impact on Axs TV or Smash and Inside FS, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.